Izzy, Street Art Fest 2022, première. Okay, so Izzy, nice to have you again.
Yeah, we were so happy to see your email with invitation. We really, really love Grenoble and this festival. We have so many good emotions and memories from the last time. Yeah, so when I saw your email, I was so happy about it. I phoned to Vanya, like, hey, we're going to Grenoble. It was so cool.
So you were there 3 years ago.
Yes.
For 2019, the year before COVID. I forgot. I thought it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the time is flying.
Time's flying, yes.
And your work is that good that is still here. It's fresh and new.
I have to say the paint is so good that it is still fresh. You know, the black color, I use a lot of black color and usually it disappears first. You see that it becomes gray. That wall is still good, like I have just done it. So yeah, thanks for the paint.
All right, so we have to thanks our sponsor is La Seigneurie.
Yep.
Thanks for them. So you came again to paint this wall. We are in 2022.
Yeah.
And but let us know a little bit about this piece.
Okay, we have. First of all, there was a plan to do just 2 walls, and then I asked if we can do the third one. It's in the left, and then when we came, we decided that we have to do and the garages. So we really paint everything here, and thanks again that we have opportunity to do it, and we have all kind of paint what we need, everything, and the organizers bring it so fast without anything, any problems. Yeah, so the story about these pieces is usually made in my style with calligraphy and 3D forms. As last time, I'm trying to write the name of this place and of the festival, Grenoble Street Art Fest. So you can find it somewhere if you will look deeper.
We will.
Yeah, and I tried to make different dimensions. You know, usually I do just the same colors and the same dimension, but here I decided to do everything different. And about the left piece, it's the first time when I'm doing such kind of style.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's something new for me. And what I can say, important moment, by the way, after the last time when we were here and I made that wall, it's my most popular wall, the most famous and the best one, which I like really maybe the most. It looks simple but very 3D. And I was a little bit depressed all these few years because I thought that it is the highest point of my art career. Really, I was depressed. Yes, but it is like really the simplest thing, but the best one, you know. And now when I started to do this wall, I understand that it can concurrate with that one. So 2 of my best pieces are made in Grenoble.
Okay, cool. We are pretty proud of that. But no, of course, you'll keep growing. And that's nice that you try this new style over there. It looks like microscopic, you know, like if we are in kind of tissues, comparing to those one who are macro and they are, you know, kind of the opposite.
I believe in the model of universe that's like what we have inside our body. I don't know how to say cells. We have inside. It's the same in universe, but the galactics, and that's why the universe grows all the time because it's someone's organism or like body which grows. So I tried to combine them both into one piece and I think it looks not bad.
It looks pretty great, especially when you are coming on this big avenue. So we are here in Pont de Clé, which is the name of the city that hosts the project. And do you know what's going to happen in front of this hotel where you're painting?
What?
There is a big construction just on the right
with the planetarium.
It's going to be huge, this planetarium. So there is a
connection.
A really strong connection between what you're putting on in your art and what's going to be in front. So it's a double, triple match. Thank you again for being here and for doing what you're doing. And one funny thing this year, we are trying to, we are not trying, we are obliging the artists to not work on Monday, to have the staff working. So we organized something really cool. We went paragliding and swimming. And when I ask you, you say, no, I don't want to come, I cannot. Explain us why.
You are lying. I really wanted to go with you, but I already organized for this Monday something else because I didn't know that you have plans for us. And by the way, your plans are amazing. I haven't seen such kind of organization. I know you are telling it not for my kind words, but it's true. I was so impressed. And by the way, my husband, who doesn't want to paraglide in Moldova, he did it here with a great pleasure. So as you said before, if you want to do something, just come to Grenoble. But I planned in advance a wingsuit course. I am a skydiver for the last 2 years, and I'm developing myself in this field also. I'm a big fan of it. It's my really big hobby, and I wanted to start wingsuiting, and I couldn't do it in Moldova for last year because our drop zone didn't work, and I found a good coach here, and I had just 1 day, though I needed at least 2 or 3 days for that, but I said him, no, we're pushing hard, let's do it just in 1 day. And yesterday I did 6 jumps from the plane in a wingsuit, so now I am a wingsuiter.
Excellent, congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
It was frustrating for us because I say, oh, it's a girl, she don't want to come, maybe she's afraid of paragliding. And then you just say, no, I got over. How many jumps you got? 2,000?
More than 2,000.
No, more than 2,000.
Yeah. Yes, 2,050.
Free flying, and then you want to go for free jump. So for wingsuiting jump, so you got video of that?
Yes.
So we want to integrate that in this video,
absolutely,
people can understand where they are. Looking at your wall, say, okay, and this girl is flying too. So maybe now she's still flying down, but soon she's gonna find a way to fly it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Wingsuit is the way to not just go down. It's you can just fly high.
Wow.
That is.
Must be
But
amazing.
About paragliding, I also started a course of paragliding in Moldova, but then came the war in Ukraine and our sky is closed now, so I didn't finish it yet. But once I will finish, I will come back and will paraglide in Grenoble.
That's cool. Do you want to say a little bit of something about Moldova and the situation over there? Or?
I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah? Okay. So, easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So thanks again for being here, and I'll let you finish your work because you're leaving tomorrow.
Yes, and we still have a lot to do.
A little bit to do. You're painting fast also.
Yes.
Yeah.
My big secret is my husband, who is driving the skylift very fast, like a printer, Right. Yeah, so that's the main secret.
You know your moves, so you know where you want. You don't even have to say. Just boom, boom.
Yeah, and my style is I can't just go to one corner and to paint there. I always go in circles, like bam, 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 bam. And I don't even have to tell him where to go. He already knows where. So we keep silence and we're just working a lot.
Excellent. So thanks again for being here. We really enjoy your time and your work. That is also proposed at the museum. We got 3 nice paintings of you over there. So thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Excellent.